today's live stream. Happy Monday. This is a different day for me to come live. Usually I do Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I have a lot on this week, so I'm trying to knock it out early. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. I had a really fun weekend. It was really full, but yesterday I got to watch a good friend of mine get baptized. It was literally so cool. It was such a cool thing to witness, and I'm just so honored that she asked me to be there. It's so sweet. And then on Saturday night, speaking of facing fears, I did something really scary, and I am kind of happy with how it turned out. So some of you know I like to sing, or I say I like to sing. It's very, very scary. It's one of the things that I'm like facing that fear head on, and I'm trying my very best to get better at not freaking out when I perform. But my church had like a Christmas thingy, and so they asked me to do a song, and I did, and it was very, very scary as always, but every time I do it, it's a little bit less scary. So anyway, so that was fun. So I had a big weekend, and it's great. I can't believe we're like in December now. It's crazy. Anyway, so today's topic is how to take care of your mental health according to the Bible. Before we jump in, I always say this at the beginning, because this video is going live in lots of different places. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and hit the like button and hit the bell, because as I just said at the beginning, I try to go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week, but you know what, depends on the week. Sometimes I'm super methodical about it, and sometimes I just have to work with flexibility. So if you want to follow along with what I'm doing, probably the best thing to do would be to hit the bell so that you get notified when I do go live. Why would you even do that in the first place? Because if you're a Christian woman who is struggling with your mental health or with your emotional well-being, maybe you feel like your emotions literally control your day and you have trouble reining things in, or maybe you have like neurodivergence and things that you need extra support with how to just do life with these different things going on. I honestly believe that God has called me to speak to this, because I have a history with mental illness, and I've got lots of experience in this area. So, and I don't even recognize who I was. Definitely 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, I'm a totally different person, because God's taken me on such a transformation, such a journey. And it wasn't like an instantaneous healing. He gave me tools, and he gave me strategies to deal with these issues, because I believe that the enemy is attacking me in this way. And this is just one of the things that I have to fight, being in a fallen world. Every Christian probably has different things that they're fighting, and this is one of mine. So God's given me some tips and techniques on how to overcome these things and how to transform my life so that I can actually fulfill the calling that God's placed on my life. And I believe that he's called me to now share that with others, so that if you feel like you can't even do the things that God's put you on this planet to do because you're so in bondage to these things, then keep watching and hopefully you'll learn some things. Okay, so how to take care of your mental health according to the Bible. As always, there's a blog post that goes with this, so the link is in the description. If you prefer to read, then watch. And then I've just got the points on my note paper that I'm going to go through now. So I love this question, by the way. I am such a nerd for the Bible. This is one of the reasons that I'm even a Christian to begin with. I was raised in a Christian home, but it wasn't until I was in my early 20s that I actually started reading the Bible, like studying it. And I was literally just blown away. Like my mind was blown by how incredible this book is. And literally it is proof that God exists, and it is proof that, that Jesus came to this earth and died and then resurrected. And then, anyway, this is a whole different thing. I'm not even going to go into that, but it's crazy. It's amazing. So if you don't study the word, definitely do it, and it will literally change your life. But how to take care of your mental health according to the Bible. The Bible actually has some really practical help with this. It doesn't necessarily have like the term mental health in there, but it has great practical wisdom on how we should run our lives, and God's given us even tips how to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves mentally and emotionally. So I'm just going to run through 3 points really fast. So point number 1, cast your cares on him. So 1 Peter 5:7 tells us, you're probably familiar with the verse, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. So when you're feeling anxious, we're actually told, take it to God. So to spend some time in prayer. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, find rest in him. Matthew 11:28 says, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. So we're called to rest. We're called to rest in him. This even goes back to Genesis. Like he showed us the pattern of how we're meant to live our lives. We're meant to work hard and do our very best and do the work that God's placed in our hands for his glory and to serve him and do the best that we can, but then also spend one day in rest. And that has incredible benefits mentally and emotionally. But we should do it anyway because we're told to. Point number 3, stay connected to community. Galatians 6:2 tells us to carry each other's burdens, Christians specifically. So if you're not hooked into a church, definitely that's the first thing I would recommend is start attending church. We're meant to live in community. God created us for community. So definitely find a church and get hooked in, even if it's like the rinky-dink old, daggy old, teeny tiny community church down the road. It will literally do incredible things for your mental and emotional well-being, just having a family of believers around you and not having that loneliness. I know what it feels like to be lonely, and God's given us the church to support us and to help us, and it's the most beautiful thing. So definitely, and you can reach out for support to your church when you need to, when you're really struggling. We're meant to carry each other's burdens. We're meant to rely on each other for that. So they're just 3 principles. I think that's it. I don't think I finished my notes, but I think that's it. As always, I've got the community that you can jump into. It's completely free, and I literally just created it so that I can serve you and on a deeper level, and I share deeper stuff in there. But that's what I forgot to write on my notes. I have a deep dive in there on how to take care of your mental health according to the Bible. It's actually like a Bible study that goes through, I did it a while ago, like a month or 2 ago. I can't remember exactly what's in there, but I think we went through like the biblical prescription for anxiety. So what we're told to do biblically when we're having anxiety. A similar thing with depression. There was a third one too. Anyway, it's like a deep Bible study. It's only like 20 minutes long or something, or maybe 30 minutes. I can't remember. So it's not a massively long thing, but it's rich in the word, and I love it so much. So definitely jump in there. As I said, completely free. The link is in the description, and give that a watch. And I will see you. I think I'll probably come back live tomorrow just because I've got such a massive week and I don't know when I'm going to be free to do a morning live. So thank you for joining me.